Hello everyone, I'm Cassie, and I'll be guiding you through how to use the library's new search tool, OneSearch. We'll begin by going to the library homepage, and then if you see this gray rectangle in the middle of the screen that says OneSearch, we're going to go over and click Search. Now that we're in OneSearch, the first thing we want to do is sign in. When you sign in, you get to see exactly what is available to you as an Augustana student. Make sure to sign in with your regular Augustana user ID and password. Now that we're signed in, we can begin. But before we begin our search, I want to direct your attention to the drop-down box to the right of the search bar. This is how you can choose where you are looking for your resources. For example, at the top it says Treadway Library Resources. So that includes anything that is physically in the library or that is available to you online as an Augustana student. If you're trying to look specifically in, let's say, Special Collections, you can select Special Collections and it will only show you resources that are available in that location. For today's search, we're going to stick with Treadway Library Resources. And we can begin. Let's look up something fun, like vampire legends. And we have our results. But 51,000 results is a lot to wade through. So we can narrow our search by going to Filter Your Results. Some of the options you have are availability. So if you're looking only for online resources, you can select Available Online. Another one is resource type. So let's say you're specifically looking for newspaper articles or book chapters. You can select what kind of resource you want, and it will narrow it down to only that type. You can select as many resource types as you think will be helpful to your research. So, where can we find these resources? Well, for the second resource, it says that it's available at the library, and it tells you what floor and the call number so that you can physically find the book you're looking for. For resources that are online, you can click Available Online, and it will show you the list of websites where that resource is available. And you can just click on it, and it will take you to the resource. So you've been doing all this research, and you found a list of resources that might be helpful, but you haven't had time to take a look at them and see if they're going to work for you. What you can do is you can save them to your favorites by clicking this push pin right here, where it says Add this item. It goes up to the corner where it says Go to my favorites. And here is a list of the resources that you have bookmarked. If you want to save them in another way, what you can do is you can click the resource and go over to where it says Email. Put in your email, maybe a little note for yourself, and it will email the information about that resource to you. And that's everything. So if you ever have questions about any of the research you're doing, whether it's how to use the search tool or any other questions about research, you can always contact the research help desk in the library, either by going physically into the library, clicking the Have a Question tab over here, and chatting with us in our online chat tool, or if the chat is offline, you can always email us at libraryinfo@augustana.edu. Happy searching!